Might be a little gruesome for your followers.
Hey guys, what's up? King and Dippin Boomer here. Gonna pack a lip and shoot the shit like we normally do, hey Boomer?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Me and him don't have much dip left either.
Y'all take a good look at that there.
I think I'll split mine in half and go for a front lipper.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do all of it with a front lipper.
Well, you can actually go out and get it anytime you need to. I gotta wait until Ray goes somewhere.
I have to wait till Thursday to get my next can, dude.
It's not that far off now. Tuesday now, you just got one full day. After today, you got another day, and then it's Thursday.
Yeah, but a full day without dip? Oh, I'm gonna be an asshole. No dip, no cigarettes? Oh, dude, I'm gonna be an asshole.
A lot of people are, but you gotta learn to control it.
Problem, I got an anger problem.
Yeah, it's called a bitchy girl.
Oh no, me personally, I got an anger problem. I've had it since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yeah, you gotta admit, you've got a roommate that likes to do stupid shit. I mean, everybody in your house likes to do stupid shit at one point in time.
Yeah, well, my fuse is probably 2 inches short, and my fucking astro sign is Taurus, dude. So what's that tell you?
The bull in a china shop?
Mm-hmm. I thought I broke my knuckle today.
Ah, knuckle smuckle. Look at that. You see that one? Now look at this.
Yeah.
This one seems normal.
None of my knuckles are normal. They're all bigger than what they should be.
Nah. Literally, which hand seemed normal?
The right hand.
This guy?
No, that's your left, jackass. There you go.
This guy is not normal. Look at him like this. And you
Okay, so the left is better.
yeah. Called concrete wall at school, meat fist.
Brick walls, trees, studs in a regular wall. I found quite a few studs the wrong way and the hard way.
For those of y'all who don't know, he lives in the land of trees.
Well, boy, I walk out my back door and I'm surrounded by trees.
You just build you a nice little tree house up there and live.
Why? I got a nice 4-bedroom house, dude.
You can build a big ass house up there with as many trees as around you.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to build a tree house in an evergreen tree, though.
I've seen it done.
Well, yeah, but it's still difficult.
Yeah, you just trim out the branches and go from there. Where he's at, guys, he has every single type of tree that is in North America.
Except, I'm not sure about redwoods because I think redwoods are a little bit more south from me.
No, I think they're north.
No, the redwood forest is down in Oregon, dude.
Oh, with all those big like trees you drive through and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've actually been to the redwood forest. I've actually drove through that tree.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of my friends drive through them, and I'm like, I want to drive through that. I don't know if my truck would fit by the time I get it done.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about some serious shit today, or what we gonna do?
Oh, let's see here.
Because I got one right here that's pretty serious.
But let's see what my local news has to say.
Well, I got one here from California, Northern California. Says 9 hurt as train derails. Car plunges into California creek.
Damn. Let's see.
Oh, here's one
What?
for all of you dippers out there that watch UFC.
I think a dipper finally won this year, didn't they?
No, this one's the female side of UFC.
Oh, there's a female UFCer that dips now.
You ever heard of Ronda Rousey?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a female UFC fighter, dude.
she's hot as hell.
No shit. But no, it says right here, Rousey is more focused on having a baby than fighting. And Mesha Tate is still riding high after her stunning win over Holly Holm at UFC 196 to claim the women's bantamweight title. It assumes that the new champ will take on Ronda Rousey next, but Tate isn't so sure Ronda is totally focused on getting back into the ring after her upset loss to Holm last year.
Let's see. Oh shit! I got something very serious. For the Boston bombing.
Oh, that Boston bombing?
Yeah. Bombing survivor killed in crash realized fragility of life. Fragility of life.
Wow.
A young woman who suffered serious and severe injuries in the Boston bombing has died after a car crash.
Wow. Death was circling back around to fucking get her ass.
Well, there's a guy trained as a field medic, and he said that she bled out.
Wow.
It shows to go how serious terrorism has come.
No, here's one that's local to my state. This will help get the word out too. This is down here. This is over here in Vancouver. The family of a Vancouver teenager missing since last summer is pleading for help on the ongoing search for their loved ones. She's believed to be with a sex offender. The Clark County Sheriff's Office believes she is with a 43-year-old sex offender and transient named William Joseph Anderson. The teenager's name is Danielle Hone.
Alright. Get this. This is for the national news. Marines kicked out after raciality charged after Trump rally. Incident after Trump rally.
Wow.
Marine Corps kicked out a younger.
Here's
Yeah.
one that seems kind of interesting. Police search for Idaho church shooting suspect Kyle Odom.
This is funny. Alright, in LA. Woman driving Scooby-Doo themed minivan evades police.
Oh, wow.
Driving a minivan painted to resemble Scooby-Doo's mystery machine evades Northern California police in a high-speed pursuit Sunday. She was 51, was driving a 94 Chrysler Town & Country minivan.
Wow.
Outran Reading police just afternoon. Officers said the vehicle had been painted as the mystery machine. He also says it was supposedly a gang. Yeah, she pretty much evaded the police in the mystery machine.
Okay. Here's one that I would like a few comments left below for me on this one. I want to see what y'all's I want to see what y'all's opinion is on this and see if this is right or wrong what they're doing with this. But they have now passed a law where men are allowed to go into women's bathrooms and locker rooms whenever they want. I'm dead serious. Look it up online if y'all don't believe me.
One, that's an invasion of privacy.
It's allowed. It is now allowed. And the women cannot ask the men to leave.
Invasion of privacy.
Again, it's against the law for the women to ask the men to leave the bathroom or the locker room, whether there's a child in there or not.
That's invasion of privacy.
They've already put it into effect in a lot of different cities.
Let's start a petition to get that out of there.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's all start a petition, guys. Leave your comments and signatures in the comment section below. I will type up a petition to get this out of there, and that way we can get rid of it. That way women can have their privacy back. But I want to know what y'all's thought is on this. I want to hear what you guys have to say on this. So leave us comments below and tell us what your position is on this. If you think it's good, bad, or otherwise, let us know.
Yeah, and tell us if it's already in your state.
Yeah, and let us know if it's been put in effect into your state, wherever you're at.
I don't know about here, but because I don't read up on the law.
Let me check here where I'm living. Yeah, it's because of the fucking transgender bullshit. The transgender witch hunt in bathrooms and locker rooms. Battle brewing over transgender bathroom laws in state capital. That's Oklahoma. New York City guarantees the right to enter a bathroom matching one's gender identity. So if you think you're a female, you're allowed to go into a female bathroom or locker room whenever you want and use that facility. And a female, if they think they're a male, they can walk into a male bathroom and use the facilities whenever they want.
You know, that would kind of only refer to transsexuals.
What was that?
For the transsexuals that have already had a sex change.
Personally, I don't think it's right. God made you that way for a reason. You shouldn't change it.
Yep.
And I am a solely believer of God. I wear a cross around my neck, and I got a ring on my finger that has the Lord's Prayer on it. And the cross around my neck also has the Lord's Prayer on it. I don't believe that people should be changing their gender. I think it should be against the law to change one's gender. From male to female or female to male.
It is if you're going by biblical times. You get where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
If God has specifically made you one way and then he said, go ahead, do whatever the fuck you want, that's not ever going to happen, but go for it, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at me. God made me the way I am. I'm not going to go get a damn sex change, go get a boob job.
Well, I might go and get a boob job just to be able to play with them motherfuckers all the time, but I ain't gonna have my nuts and dick chopped off and have a vagina put in. Hell no. I like my dick the way it is.
Yeah, it pleases women.
Exactly. No, but think of it this way. I guarantee you, if every man in the world had a vagina, you'd never see him again.
Exactly.
Because them fuckers would never leave their house because they'd be all the time. They'd be in their fucking bedrooms playing with that shit all the time. I know I would. I'd be if I was a female, I'd be walking through Walmart. I'd be fucking rubbing on my tits as I'm walking through Walmart if I was a female.
It would be cool to be a female, but I'm not gonna go against the way God made me.
No. I mean, I'd like to switch places with a female for a day and see what it's like.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go and change my gender because I want to know what it's like to be a female. Because that shit's expensive.
If God granted every man one wish, I think every man would become a woman for a day.
Yeah.
Not every man would like it, but there are at least half of the men in the world that would.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, if I was to sleep with,
yeah,
as long as they're clean, of course.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, I'd be the biggest slut in the world just because I can.
Yeah. I mean, there are women like that.
Yeah, there are women like that. Not very many, but there are.
It's nasty as hell.
Yeah. You get some of those where you try and screwing those women, and it's like just throwing a hot dog down a hallway. It's been stretched out too many times.
It's like about this big around, and I was maybe having that. I was like, "Do you feel anything?" She's like, "No."
Yeah,
Bye.
it's like fucking throwing a hot dog down a fucking hallway.
I was like, "Bye. Don't talk to me again."
Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you.
I literally kicked her in the ass.
But no, I'm not gonna go out and get a gender change. It's not natural. It's an abomination, is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the doctor can make you look like a woman or a man from here down. That's it.
Yeah,
Change this on a man. They can't remove your Adam's apple.
no, but they go in and they shave it off. They shave it off to where it's flat.
Yeah, but you're still gonna have that deep ass voice.
They got pills now that fucking change your voice.
That's messed up.
Yeah, they got fucking hormone pills now that you take them and you don't actually go in and get a boob job. You take these pills and they naturally give you a set of tits and they naturally make your voice higher.
You're a man. Let your balls drop and be a man.
Exactly.
I mean, I've met so many guys that, now don't get me wrong, I'm not against the gays. It's their way of life.
Exactly.
They push the issue and they don't let their balls drop.
No, they don't. And I mean, gay marriage is now legal in Washington State. I don't know which other states have done it, but I know Washington State gay marriage is now legal. You can now legally get married as a gay couple in Washington State.
That's wrong. What was this country founded on?
Life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
But that comes straight from where?
The Bible.
So in other words, our government went way out of their way just to get the Bible out of the country, basically. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to become impossible for a straight couple to get married. Will I care? No. I'll literally go to a different country to get married. Don't get me wrong. A girl can be a tomboy no matter what she wants. She can act like a guy.
Well, yeah. My stepsister's a tomboy. I mean, she dips, she smokes, she drinks.
Yeah, I mean, you can act like the opposite sex, but it's literally a sin to be the opposite sex or date the opposite sex or the same sex. I mean, like Boomer here. If he all of a sudden one day he dumped his fiance and wanted to go for a guy,
Never would.
but that would be a sin.
Mm-hmm. There is many Bible verses that are about homosexuality. And what I think is bullshit is that they took the Bible and the Pledge of Allegiance out of the schools.
I don't know. The elementary school I went to still says all that. But I mean, you can be a guy, act like a girl all you want, be this stuck-up snob, but in the end, you're still a guy.
Exactly.
If you get a sex change, you're probably going to be taller than most of the women. You're going to have more muscle mass than most of the women.
Well, unless you're a female bodybuilder.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the average woman. But it don't matter if you become a woman or not, guys. You're still a man.
Yeah.
God's eyes, you are still a man. So why the fuck would you want to go get your dick cut off? I sure as hell wouldn't. Hey, I don't know about some of you other guys, but I'd like to have kids one day.
Exactly. I've already got a son. I love him to death. I'm not going to go out and get my gender changed.
No, then your kids will be just confused as hell. Hey, if all of a sudden they see their dad walk in with a set of tits, what are they gonna think? Are they gonna think it's okay to be gay or whatever?
Yeah.
Guys, if you're unsure about your sexuality, go try it. See what you think about being with the same sex. If you like it, you like it. If you hate it, you hate it.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to be single for the rest of your life, go for it.
Yeah, it'd be the crazy cat lady or the crazy dog guy.
I know plenty of people like that.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to figure out what verse it is, dude, that
I can't remember. We'll figure it out, and I'll add it in the description box.
yeah, we'll get it figured out and add it in the description box, or we'll add it in. Add it in a little later. We'll come back to this subject a little later if I find it here.
Yeah.
But moving on.
Let's talk about childhood memories.
Childhood memories.
What was the greatest show you watched growing up?
Whose line is it anyways? Remember that one?
Somewhat. One of the best movies or shows that I watched growing up was Land Before Time.
Now, what's that one?
You don't know what Land Before Time is?
Oh, those are movies.
Yeah. But they spaced them out to where they're like episodes and stuff. They were just little short movies that taught you life lessons. I mean,
Exactly.
I have the very first one right here. I watch it plenty of times. Because there is stuff in these movies that you might have missed.
Exactly.
Or you can do Good versus Evil, He-Man.
Yeah.
This is like basically God versus the devil.
Yeah.
You could watch Harry Potter, the Storybook, E.T. I've got tons of my childhood movies right here that I watch over and over and over.
I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna go see if I still have it. What the childhood movie? I believe.
Alright. La Familia is love family. Therefore, if you do not have family in your life, you're not going to learn much.
La Familia in English is the family.
Yeah. But you have to love your family as well.
There is one thing in this world that means more than anything to anybody, and that is family. If you don't have family, you are not a real man.
There's one thing. End with.
What?
three letters that it ends with.
ILY?
Yep, and what does that stand for?
Oh, yeah. FAMILY, family. ILY, I love you.
Yep, me and him. Brothers from another mother.
And look at it this way. Friends. What does friend end with?
End.
End. It ends. Friendships end. Unless you actually connect with a tight bond with somebody, it is only a friendship, and then at some point it will end.
Yeah. I mean, like me and you, we may go our separate ways, but in the end, we're still family.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the same with
We've connected on the dipper side of things.
exactly. We are part of the YouTube dipping family.
We're part of the YouTube family, period. Any YouTuber.
Yeah.
Family.
Now, one thing that I want to do that I think is going to be fun is
Have a self meetup?
nope. Outlaw. And I'm also giving a shout out to you, Outlaw. You're the man. You're my idol. The YouTube Dipper Retreat that Outlaw does every year.
Yeah.
Next year in 2017, I want to go to the YouTube Dippers Retreat and hang out with all these different YouTube dippers and get to know these guys on a personal level than a professional level.
Yeah. I mean, look at me. Me and him, we may be professional level on camera, but when we're not on camera, we're like brothers.
Yeah. I mean, I may be bigger and hairier than he is, but what do I got you beat by 100 pounds at least?
Probably.
I'm 218.
I'm like 160.
Yeah, I'm 218.7. I've actually lost weight. I used to be 260.
Yeah. But see, guys, family can be forever.
Family is forever.
No, it is, but it also can be forever. It depends on the type of family you're in.
It doesn't matter. Your family is always going to be your family. Whether they disown you or not, they're always going to be your family.
Yeah, but
blood is always there.
They're not going to be there when you need them most.
Still beside the point, they're still family.
Like, my uncle, he hates the living hell out of me. I don't care. He's still my dad's brother.
Yep.
He doesn't want to admit it, but I know in my heart that he knows that I have matured quite a bit from that little kid that he knew.
Yeah.
And I literally got him a puppy, and I come up with the idea of putting a bow on it for him. And that puppy was to show him, hey, look, I'm sorry for all the shit I've put you through.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do that. You can make them a little card by yourself and show family that you love them.
Yeah. Or just call them and let them know that you care.
Or if you can, just stop by, say hi. But that's if you know where they are.
Yeah, see, I know where all of my family is located. And I got family scattered across the entire continental U.S. My dad's side of the family originated from Massachusetts, and before that, they were in Canada. I am actually part French Canadian because my dad's side of the family originated from up in Quebec and up in Canada on the West Coast or East Coast. And I still have family over at the East Coast. I've been to the East Coast. I've been to Massachusetts. My grandmother is actually from Chicopee, Massachusetts, which is a little town in Massachusetts that nobody's really heard about. But one thing, it is where the Yankee Candle factory is located.
Yeah, and it's like, see, you're considered a Yankee, right?
I'm American by birth, Southern by the grace of God.
Yeah, but going by the nations and where they drew the line for the war and stuff, you're a Yank.
Yeah.
Put that in the context, y'all. We're from two different sides of the war border. The family. You know somebody 50,000 miles away, you can still be their family member.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you stay in contact with them at any given time, up on them, you can be family.
Well, like my brother, my roommate, my brother. When I left, when I left this town and I moved, I didn't talk to him for 5 years. No, 3 years. When I came back, he found me on Facebook and we started talking again like we had just talked the day before.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like there was a 3 year difference when we didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
It was.
Here's another thing about family, y'all. Do you have pets that you love a lot? I know you do, Boomer.
Oh yeah, I'll go get my boy.
Yeah. You can literally call your pet family. It it don't matter. This little girl, she's like a little sister. I mean, but no, you can't have this girl. She's like my little sister. I love her. I care for her. Everything.
There's my baby boy.
She's mine. Forget it.
Pretty much,
I take care of them then.
for the YouTubers that have lost contact with me, that's my mom talking. We may not have talked for a while, but she's still my mom.
Yeah.
We've always talked, just not on a regular basis.
Yeah, but a lot of the times I didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, no kidding. Now it's Nana.
For those of y'all who don't know German, Nana means grandmother.
For all of you that don't know French, Meme is grandmother.
Yep.
I have a French Canadian brother.
I am French Canadian.
Yeah, we're talking to people who don't understand some languages that we know.
Now that's the only thing that I can speak in French though is Meme and Pepe. But I'll tell you what, you piss my Meme off, and she'll start speaking in French, and you'll never understand what she's saying. I mean, I've had her cuss me out in French, and I just go, "What?" and
Yeah,
it's like
people may not know it, but I'm either Scottish or Irish or a mix.
Scott. Scott on your dad's side, Irish on mine.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm a mix. I can speak a little bit of Celtic when I want. I've done it.
You're Scottish and Wales on your dad's side. You're German, Irish, Dutch, and Indian on mine. Oh, and you're Indian on dad's.
I'm nothing but a mutt.
Same here. I mean, I'm French Canadian. I've got Native American in me.
Think about it. We are all nuts.
Oh boy.
We're immigrants because immigrants is what founded this country.
Yep. Everybody started out as somebody that came from England.
It doesn't have to be England. It could be anywhere on the other side of the world.
Not totally true. That Columbus thing wasn't totally English on that boat.
Nope. It's English, Spanish, German, Russian, Asian.
Sure was.
Well, yeah, it just wasn't one religion or one
nationality.
One nationality. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it was near every nationality across the Atlantic Ocean.
Now, we can't actually do a full genealogy report on my mom's side because we don't know. But I'm probably more than 90% of the population out there.
Yeah, I can do a full genealogy on my side because the bitch that's in Litchfield.
Yeah, I was looking at this ask her.
She ain't gonna tell me the truth, but I know.
Okay.
She won't tell you.
You know that?
She says she don't know, which is bullshit. She does know.
All you gotta do is type in your maiden name.
You can't use my maiden name.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't because my maiden name says I was adopted.
Well, use your mom's maiden name. Yeah, use her maiden name.
I did.
Did you come up with the full thing?
I also know her mother's maiden name.
Go. That's how you get a full genealogy, y'all. If you don't know your true maiden name, use your mother's.
No kidding. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take my morning mess and try to lay back down. Give me some of those elfin cookies.
Like the one in the box.
You can go get the one out of the box. You forget I brought you into this world and I ain't above shooting your ass.
My dad says the same thing. I brought you into this world. I can take you out of it.
Shot your ass once. And no, I'm not kidding. I've done shot his ass once.
There's a life lesson for y'all. Do not stay at home after you turn 18. Because your parents will try to steal your stinker stash of graham crackers.
But I believe in this house for everybody.
And they were all given to me. They were.
Okay. I got a topic to talk about. I got one that's going to hit home on a lot of people. Well, not so much hit home. It's going to hit a sensitive spot on a lot of people. Can you guess what that is?
No.
Marijuana. Marijuana is legal in my state. Colorado, it's also legal. California, Oregon, working on it. It is still not legal, though, on a federal level. If the DEA ever wanted to crack down really hard on the marijuana laws, all they would have to do is go to these different states that have actually legalized it already and bust all of the legal grow operations, and everybody that are in them facilities is going to jail because marijuana is not on a legal level. Now, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it marijuana, you can call it weed, you can call it ganja. It's got many names. The base fact, though, is that the U.S. federal government finally admitted that it cures cancer. The federal government finally admitted that marijuana cures seven different types of cancers, including brain tumors, lung cancer, I think testicular cancer was another one of them. Now, a lot of you probably are against it. Some of you probably smoke it, eat it, ingest it yourselves. Now, right here, this is the American Cancer Society published this quote, or this page. And it says marijuana and cancer. Marijuana is a given name to the dried buds of leaves of various varieties of the cannabis sativa plant, which can grow wild in warm tropical climates throughout the world and can be cultivated commercially. It goes by many names, including pot, grass, cannabis, weed, hemp, hash, marijuana, ganja, and a dozen of others. Marijuana has been used in herbal remedies for centuries. Scientists have identified many biological active components in marijuana. These are called cannabinoids. They are two best studied components are the chemical delta, often referred to as THC, and CBD. Other cannabinoids are being studied. At this time, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration lists marijuana and cannabinoids as a Schedule I controlled substance, which means they cannot legally be prescribed, possessed, or sold under federal law. Whole or crude marijuana, including marijuana oil or hemp oil, is not approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, or for any medical use. But the use of marijuana to treat some medical conditions is legal under state law in many states. So the FDA and the DEA, drug enforcement, can actually go to these state-regulated facilities and shut them down whenever they want, because they have that power. The only reason they don't is because they are legally getting money from it. They are taxing the shit out of it.
Here's another thing about that. Here in a sec. Here's another thing about that, y'all. What did the Indians smoke when they were either sick, they had cancer, or whatever?
Exactly. What do you think was in them peace pipes? It wasn't no tobacco. That was ganja, guys. I mean, come on. The Native Americans smoked it for years and years and years and never had a problem.
We're not talking about sage.
Yeah. No, sage is just for purifying your home.
Yeah. Or sage can be used in spice.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. Referring to cancer and everything. Chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Do you know where chemotherapy was discovered?
It was overseas, wasn't it?
Yes. By the use of mustard gas.
Yep.
It was found out that chemotherapy, it comes from the mustard gas that was actually used to kill our U.S. soldiers
Yep.
in Vietnam.
But here's the thing. Now we know how to use it in controlled substances. We have learned to harness its power to use it the correct way.
Uh-huh.
Back then, the Germans and stuff, they were like, oh, let's pour tons and tons of it on them and see what happens.
Killed them, but it also cured their cancer.
Cure the cancer, but then seconds it's like if I was to go to his house and dump mustard gas grenades in his house. He may not have cancer, but he's gonna die instantly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, I wouldn't because I have a gas mask.
It don't matter. See, it goes back to using it as a controlled substance. We have also learned to use it for warfare the correct way, which means we have amplified it to where it barely works with an old gas mask. So, what year's the gas mask?
I don't know. I got it from my grandfather.
So it's probably old as shit.
Well, considering the back part of it, the straps are fraying out and getting destroyed because of erosion over the years. Yeah, it's pretty old. The filter on it's still good though.
It can be, but you also gotta know how to keep the upkeep on them.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've seen many gas masks that were refurbished. The filter was totally trash. After they refurbished it, they put a brand new filter on it.
Huh.
There is a way to change the filter in them, y'all. Learn how to do it.
I have to go buy a new one.
Oh yeah, you can buy a new gas mask, but you're gonna spend thousands of dollars.
No, I'm saying just buy a new filter.
Oh yeah.
The whole new filter assembly that just screws right on.
Yeah.
I actually know a guy where I can get one right now for $20 if I wanted to.
But there's a way to take that assembly apart and change just the filter itself.
Actually, this one's not. This one's an actual pressed together sealed unit. I've already tried taking the fucker apart. It don't come apart. It is a sealed, clamped together unit.
Well, if I'm ever up there, I'll show you how to get it apart. I'm pretty sure I may have to destroy it, but you know where to get another one. And I would totally pay for it.
Now, another thing about the cannabis, cannabinoids, THC oil, hemp oil, whatever. There was actually, it was all over the news. It was all over Facebook. It was plastered all over social media. There was a 16-year-old girl. She had cancer. Doctors gave her 6 months to live. So her parents took her to this specialist that specializes in THC and THC oils. Doctor said, this specialist said, gave them a prescription. Granted, it was going to cost them $1,000 per prescription to get it because their insurance didn't cover it. But it was pure THC oil. So there was no side effects. There was no, you couldn't get high off of it or anything. But the doctor told this couple to give their daughter a teaspoon a day for 2 months. No, 3 months. They took her back to the radiology department and had the MRI, the CAT scan, the x-rays, all the bullshit done. 3 months after she started taking that THC oil, when she went and had all the tests done, she was completely free of cancer. Completely. There was no cancer cells left in her body that they could find.
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
Because the THC kills it.
That and what it doesn't kill, it makes it dormant.
Mm-hmm.
Not THC isn't gonna kill all of the cancer. It's
No.
90% of it.
Mm-hmm.
10% will become dormant until you do something to cause it to become active. It's like the whole debate with dipping and smoking. Dipping does not affect it as bad as smoking.
You have a higher risk of getting mouth cancer from smoking than you do dipping.
Yep.
But
It's like the average man walking down the street and getting cancer.
hang on. 95% of cancer patients that smoked, what kind of cigarette did they smoke?
Menthol.
Nope. Filtered.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Filtered. 95% of all of those deadly chemicals that are in cigarettes are in the filter.
Want to know why? There's one good reason. They have found trace elements of fiberglass in a filter.
Mm-hmm. Well, my grandfather, he smoked. And all he smoked his entire life, from the day he was 14 until 3 years before he died when he quit, was Lucky Strikes, which are a non-filter cigarette. When he quit smoking,
Like now, the only non-filter you can get is to roll your own.
no, Camel still makes non-filter and Lucky Strikes are still made. I've bought Lucky Strikes and smoked Lucky Strikes before.
Yeah, but how much did you pay for that compared to getting the stuff to roll it yourself?
Lucky Strikes now go for $10 a pack.
Yeah, you can get stuff to roll your own for less than $10.
Well, yeah, if you get the rolling papers.
Oh, that's a non-filtered cigarette.
Yeah, well, you can also buy the filters for them. But no, my grandfather didn't die from cancer. He died from emphysema. This is how the doctors explained this to my grandmother. His lungs were so bad with emphysema that fucking cancer wouldn't even touch him. That's how black and how eroded his lungs were. But he never had cancer. Not one drop, not 1 ounce of cancer was in him.
Time out. We'll be back.
I'm trying to think of other topics to do.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Your worst dipping experience.
Never had one.
Then again, what experience Dipper has?
I mean, yeah, I've puked from dip once before, but that's it.
Yeah, that's about all you're gonna. That's about the worst of your dipping experience you're gonna get, guys.
Yeah.
It's either from you swallowing big clumps of leaves or the whole dip.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people can't even stomach the juices from it either.
Yeah.
See, I can throw a fresh dip in and not have a problem with it, and I can swallow it all day long. And the only thing that I'll get is the fucking hiccups. It gives me the hiccups.
Wait, dippers call them dip ups. Yeah, it's like dip.
Yeah. And that's it. I can stomach any dip I take with no problems. I actually had to in high school because I didn't have any place to spit unless I had a Coke bottle with a little bit of Coke left in it. I'm gonna go refill my Gatorade. I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, y'all know my worst dipping experience. It's just the time I got caught. Was it fun? No. Did I have fun doing it anyway? Yeah. Because I was dipping. Now, there is one life experience I could have dealt with that. And I'm pretty sure Boomer knows the same kind of experience. It's when a, for me, it's when a guy hits a woman.
Oh, abuse on a woman, eh?
Yeah, you know that experience.
If I was ever to see anybody ever hit a woman, I would beat their ass to a pulp.
Yep. I've had to do it before, guys.
I wouldn't care if I was going to jail for it. Just to know that I defended a woman is conscious enough for me that I know I'm safe.
I've had to do it. Was it probably the right thing to do? No, but in God's eyes, it was the right thing.
In God's eyes, love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yep.
Everybody is equal in God's eyes.
Yep. Therefore, if someone was to hit my girl, guess what would happen to them?
Probably be shot.
No, they would be beat to death with my bare hands. I've come this close to beating the death out of 5 people in my life. It's not a fun experience, y'all.
See, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Guys, this is for all the guy dippers out there. If you see another guy hit a woman, do the same thing they did. Hit him one time. If you see a guy abusing the shit out of a woman and beating her ass, do the same to him.
I don't think there even is an appropriate time to ever hit a woman.
There never is, unless you're playing around.
Oh, even then, wrestling is okay. Yeah, going hit for hit with a woman? No.
I usually take and just do a little love tap with my open hand.
I mean, yeah, I'll thump my fiance on the leg. I'll slap her on the leg, playing around. But I'm not gonna go to the extent of hitting her so hard that I'm gonna leave a bruise or I'm gonna let it hurt.
There have been times where I accidentally hit my girl in the ass too hard.
Yeah, I have to.
I apologized afterwards.
Yep.
If you deliberately hit a woman, apologize, and if there's a man around, let the man beat the shit out of you. If there's not, let the girl beat the shit out of you.
Yep.
Literally. It goes the same for girls. There is never a time where you should take a man's place and hit another man. If you do, you put yourself in the man's place, and you deserve to be hit like a man.
Even at that, I still don't believe you should ever hit a woman. And in the law's eyes, you still can't either.
See, and the thing is, you don't have to hit them hard enough to leave bruises. You just have to hit them hard enough to know, hey, look, I shouldn't have done that.
I still don't believe in it. And the law doesn't either.
Me, I had one girl literally give me a black eye, punch me in the face, in the back of the head, everything. I just took one smack to her face and told her not to do it again. Didn't leave a bruise or anything. Hard enough for her to know she shouldn't have done it.
Now see that I'm completely opposite with that. If you're getting hit by a woman, you either turn around and you run, or you stand there and you take it like a man.
I did take it like a man.
In my eyes, There is never an appropriate time to hit a woman. Ever. Ever.
There is. Even
Not
God
to me.
said, when a woman puts herself in a man's place, hit her like a man.
I don't believe in it. I'm sorry, that's how I was raised. I was raised you never hit a woman no matter what the circumstances is, ever.
That is a very big thing. If you were raised never to hit a woman, don't do it. If you were raised like me and a woman hits you, hit her back. Just not as hard as she hits you. Because it's a sign of respect. Hey, look, I respect you as a woman. I'm not going to totally hit you as hard as I can.
Now, I think I have a topic that's going to hit home with a lot of people.
Ooh.
And I guarantee it, especially people with children.
Yeah.
Rapists. Sex offenders, rapists, child molesters. You know what I want to do with all of the, instead of putting them behind bars, you know what I want to do with them? I want to
cut their dicks off and beat them with it. I want to cut their dick off and beat them with it.
Oh, I got one even more cruel. I want to take every sex offender in the world, everyone that has actually committed a sex offense. I want to take them, I want to grab a square state like Colorado or something like that, something that's not going to be too hard to fence. Put a 8-foot fence around the entire state and build a gigantic barn in this state. Clear the entire state out, put a big barn in it. Take all these sex offenders, put them in the barn. In this barn, there are going to be logs. About waist high off the ground. You stand each sex offender, if it's a male, in front of one log. Tell them to drop their pants. Grab the end of their dick, pull it out, put it on the log, take a nail, and drive it through right between the head of their dick into that log. Hand them a butter knife and light the barn on fire. And say, A, you can either cut your dick off and get away from the fire and die of blood loss, or you can burn to death. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
No, we'll be back in 2 seconds. Over there, Boomer?
Yeah, just fucking wet. Season change.
Yep. Here's another interesting topic. Being a man and taking responsibility for your own actions. That even means if you fuck a girl and get her pregnant and then leave, take responsibility of that child.
Yes.
I've went over that many a time, y'all. It still happens every day.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like me and Boomer here, we do not tolerate it.
No. I've got a son. Granted, right now, I really can't help out much, but I do what I can, when I can.
Yep.
And my ex understands that. I didn't actually up and leave my son. I actually wanted to try and make that relationship work. She's the one that kicked my ass to the curb. So I actually wanted to make it work for the sake of my son. But it didn't. So when I can, I don't really get to see my son that often. Maybe once a week, because that's all I can afford to do. But whenever I have the little extra money to give, I give it to him. For diapers, wipes, formula, whatever he needs. I will do it. Like here in the next couple days, maybe in the next week, I'm going to be going and getting my son a couple packages of diapers, some wipes, and maybe a little bit of formula or some baby food. And that way I can actually say that I'm doing something for my son.
That right there, what you're doing for your son, can also be referred to as non-registered child support.
Yeah, but she's not actually going after me for child support,
Not everybody
which
will.
I'm grateful for. I mean, if she did, I'd pay it. I'd find a way to pay it. I'm grateful that she didn't. That way I can help when I can and not have to be on a set schedule and pay on a set schedule. Because right now I'm really not working. I am currently between jobs right now because where I live, it is hard to get a job because of the weather. And it's hard. Especially with the way the economy is right now.
The unregistered child support can also go over to registered child support.
Now, see, that's where I think the government needs to keep their asses out of other people's business. I don't believe that the government has any right to interfere with anything in anybody's lives, like domestic violence, child support, anything like that. I don't believe that they have the right to interfere with shit like that.
No, they don't have the right, but it helps out any party that has a kid and the other party is not helping support that kid.
That I understand. But if the father, or in some cases the mother, is doing what they can when they can, stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Mind my French, ladies and gentlemen, but stay out of it. Let them live their lives. Don't interfere. And with the domestic violence portion of stuff, piss off, cops. Piss off. Let them duke it out in the front yard. I don't care. Just let them duke it out. Let them finish the fight.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't like when women literally have to push the child support issue on the child's father.
Exactly.
If they want to register it, fine. If the father can afford to have it registered to child support, do it. If they can't, don't try to register it. But that also goes over to registered registered child support that has not been paid.
Yep, and then it will be taken out of taxes, it'll get taken straight out of your paychecks.
Of the time, when you don't pay registered child support, you end up in jail.
What was that?
90% of the time, when you do not pay registered child support, you end up in jail.
Yeah. And I don't think that's right.
No, it's not. But it's the way the woman or the man feels about it.
It has nothing to do with that. It's the fucked up government.
Yep.
It's the government. And you know what I say to that? They can kiss my ass. Every last liberal motherfucking one of them.
Yep. But seriously, guys, if you're gonna man up and have a kid, take responsibility.
Whether it's planned or not.
Well, there are accidents where you use a condom and the condom breaks.
Yeah.
Take responsibility. Marry the girl.
And if she kicks your ass to the curb, try to help out whenever you can.
Yep.
The worst thing you can do to a child is not be in their lives.
There's a story that I'll tell Boomer after we get done with this video. I've told it many a time and everything. I'm not going to go through that again on video because it really breaks my heart when I have to talk about it. But I feel as Boomer being my brother from another mother, he should know. So, with that said, I'm going to sign out. Y'all take care. Have a good day.